It's strange how the biggest betrayals don't arrive with thunder or fanfare. Sometimes they show up in a whisper, a tear, a simple 5-minute pause that fractures your entire world. I was standing at the altar, heart steady, hand ready to slip a ring on the woman I had loved and protected for nearly a decade. Judy. She looked beautiful, nervous, but radiant. The music had quieted. Our guests were smiling, leaning forward in their chairs. It was supposed to be the moment we sealed our promises. Instead, she turned to me with a small, trembling voice and said, "Can I have just 5 minutes?" Confused, I nodded. She didn't walk outside to gather herself. She didn't turn toward me for comfort. She walked straight into the crowd, toward Mike. He was seated near the front, hands folded in his lap, looking oddly calm. Judy stood before him, eyes full of tears not meant for me. She reached out, offering him her ring finger. "Remember what you once said?" she asked, her voice shaking. "That in another life you'd propose in front of everyone? Would you still marry me?" I didn't move. I didn't breathe. I was the groom, watching my bride give a part of herself to someone else in front of everyone we loved. Mike didn't flinch. "I won't get that chance," he said quietly. "But Ethan, take care of her." Ethan. That's me. And in that moment, I realized something devastating. This wasn't a sudden outburst. It had always been there. I'd just been too blind to see it. The room fell into stunned silence. My mother cried softly. My father looked away. The officiant stammered and stopped mid-sentence. I walked up to Mike and calmly removed my boutonniere. I pinned it to his jacket and said, "Why wait for another lifetime? If you two can't let each other go, then I won't stop it." Judy's face froze. Mike clutched his chest, staggered back, and collapsed. Panic followed. Shouting, scrambling, phones fumbling for signal. Judy screamed at me, "You couldn't just give me 5 minutes? Look what you've done." They rushed him to the hospital. I was left standing in the misty drizzle, dressed in a suit meant for promises that would never be kept. I eventually hiked down the mountain to find signal. Dozens of messages, none that mattered. A video had surfaced. Judy sitting beside Mike at the hospital, clutching his hand, whispering something I was never meant to hear. "He's just a brother," she said when I confronted her later. "You always overreact." But I remembered too much. I remembered slipping in the bathroom after injuring my leg during the accident where I saved her. I had called her bleeding and dizzy. She sighed and said, "I'm not a doctor. What do you want me to do?" She didn't visit, didn't call. But she was there for Mike, who had cut his hand slicing bread. Days passed. She rang again, this time indignant. "You need to apologize. Mike's condition is your fault." I was still at the resort. Rain still falling. My silence met her anger like a wall. She pivoted, her voice softer. "I'll come get you," she offered. I heard Mike in the background, apologizing. Judy was comforting him, then turned back to the phone. "It was nothing," she said. "You're blowing it out of proportion." I breathed deep. "Let's get divorced." "What?" "I'm not sorry. I didn't lie. You're the one who confessed to loving him. I'm not your shield anymore. Go to him." She tried again to patch the cracks in her story. She brought me a gift. An expensive watch still in the box. "Mike has the ring. You get this. It's worth way more." I looked at her and said, "I'm not a bargain bin replacement. I'm not for sale. You can keep the watch. I want out." Later, I overheard her talking to a friend. "I don't love him, but he did save me. We've been together for so long. Might as well marry him." I was a backup plan. She was everything to me, until that moment. She accused me of milking my injury. "You're dragging this out to guilt me," she said. I'd been attacked protecting her, and she thought it was a performance. I said nothing. Her phone rang. It was Mike. "I think I'm dying," he said dramatically. She looked at me. "Are you coming?" "No. Just drop me at the corner." "You're really not coming? You always said he was like a brother." One day I was called back home. "Your mother's ill," they said. But when I arrived, she was fine, laughing at the dinner table with Judy. Dinner was served like everything was normal. "You're lucky she still wants you," my mother said. That's when Judy stood up. "Touch him again, and I swear I won't stay silent, even if you're his mom." But it was empty, just like the rest of it. "Isn't this what you wanted, Judy?" I asked. "The performance, the pity?" She begged me to stay. "Help me fix this. Just do one press conference. That's all I need." "Fine," I said. "But remember, you asked for this." At the press conference, she locked arms with me, whispering fake affection through her clenched smile. "Smile. The cameras are watching." Mike stood off to the side like he'd already won. I didn't fight. I didn't flinch. I smiled for the cameras and let the world take its photos. Later that day, I left the signed divorce papers on her desk, moved abroad, started again, away from the whispers, away from her, away from the family that only saw me when they needed a shield. Now, Judy still sends messages. "Let's talk. Don't throw everything away." But I don't respond, because sometimes walking away is the strongest thing you can do. Not to win, not for revenge, but simply to breathe again. To anyone who's ever been made to feel like a second option, hear me clearly. You're not someone's backup plan. You're someone's only chance, if they're wise enough to see it. And if they're not, keep walking.